That I was actually searching yesterday in Windows. It was so annoying me. I couldn't find my mouse because it's a big white screen, mice cursor is white. And I just try to shake it to make it big, because this is nice in KDE, automatically makes you big, so you cannot miss it. The more you shake it, the bigger it will be, which is actually a cool effect. So you have to be blind to miss your cursor. Hi everyone, Dr. Denis from robotics here. If you ever wanted to use ROS like a pro, then this is a video for you. In ROS for Pro series, we are talking the tools that we are used at robotized and show how we profit from them, so also could you. And in this video, I want to talk to you about why we don't use stock Ubuntu installation, but one derivative that make us 10x roboticist. Why? Because the KDE desktop environment enables such a great system integration. The stock applications are enormously better than in Ubuntu, and also system configuration is so capable that you can really make your own system and increase your productivity like indefinitely almost. So here you can see the desktop of the classical Ubuntu with GNOME at the moment, and here you can see the KDE desktop. And now you can say, yeah, Dennis, but this looks very much like Windows. Yes, maybe. That's actually an advantage for us, especially when we are helping companies. They are used to Windows, switching to Linux. They have already familiar environment. They know where the menu is and where the clock is, for example, and they are not so attacked. But you can make this desktop environment look as whatever you want. You can make it to look as macOS. I don't care. Just make it yours. This is most important thing. So let's check it out. So here you can see already desktop environment that you probably know already, that we are always using in our videos. And I want to show you a few tools that you can see. Basically, at the first glance, everything looks the same. You have here different devices, different information, system try. You have menu that you can very nicely customize. So we use our logo for it, for example. And one of the main tools I want to show you in KDE is actually KRunner, it's called. And I will show you this actually on my own computer. So you can see I was just starting OBS Studio to record this video. So you can see it here. Also here you can see some of our customers and the projects. For example, I have integrated sessions that I use for development are directly integrated, and I can start, for example, any of those sessions, or I can search the pictures, whatever I need, for example. Also, but what I want to show you in the KRunner, we are roboticists. We oftentimes need to calculate something. So I don't know, I get from customer from US some manual, and I need to calculate 30-inch to meters. How do? I just enter 30-inch, and I get already everything calculated. If I press on this, then this is automatically pasted into my clipboard. Also, for example, you want to order something. Let's say there is new camera on the market. It costs 700 USD. What is the current course? You have no idea. So here you can also get this output very fast. This is some of the things, but also for me is very important, search through the files. I don't know, have we find some Xacro file? No, but I can also see my browser history. Yeah, there is roboturdf Xacro. You can even open the folder immediately. You can open file immediately. I will not open it now because now I'm in my system where is this fully integrated in the virtual machine that I'm showing you everything. There are some things missing. So yeah, that's why I'm showing you my system, because you can then feel the full experience. And for me, it's also very easy to start, for example, tab from Firefox and similar things. So it's very, very, very convenient tool. Another tool, or another my favorite software, is actually Kate. Kate is the advanced text editor, how they call it. So this is basically a welcome screen, and you can see your files. But the cool thing is you can create a sessions. So I can open a new session. I will now just go to some of our workspaces that we have created before. I don't know, I will just now open few files that we have something to play with. For example, I have those two sessions, and I can now say save session, and he wants to give me session name. I can say ROS2 control demos, and every time when I will be opening Kate, for example, let's open it immediately, Kate, then I get offered, do I want to open this session? And when I open this session, I get everything opened up as I had. Of course, this is pure text editor, but let's be honest, we are mostly using the text editors anyway. Nevertheless, KRunner has also full integration with VS Code, so you can access your VS Code sessions. That's also a cool thing. So you can really adjust everything what you want. What I want to show you next, I love Kate. I really love it because just the tools, you have highlighting modes for almost every language there exists. You have spell checkers inside. Spelling is one of my very weak spots, I have to say, and I'm very happy always having spell checker for different languages, of course. What also I like, basically all the settings you are doing in Kate. For example, they are open save settings. So you basically, if you say encoding of your files, or how do you want to, there is also some interesting things about files where you can say that you remove the trailing spaces and stuff like that automatically on saving. Yeah, remove trailing spaces, okay, on modified lines or entire document. If you have this set up, this Kate actually use component called kwrite, I think, component, like for writing, or and then basically in everywhere where you have this text editor or text editor field, you have the same settings in the whole operating system. And this is just amazing. I never saw this anywhere else. I was using multiple desktop environments from like very developer ones like Awesome and W3 up to Windows, very user not friendly environments, you can say. And I never saw such amazing things. And also there are different plugins and so on. So you can basically also make your full development environment. It depends. I use VS Code nowadays because just the tools are faster, better, and I don't want to spend too much time setting things up. But I know people basically who use Kate and then put their Emacs stuff in it, and then they are very, very happy. So it depends on your preference, and this is the important. It's freedom. That's why we are using ROS. It's freedom. That's why we love to use such software that provides us freedom. And this leads us basically to the next topic. Let me just put this on the side. So that is Clipper. Clipper is clipboard manager. So for example, I need to copy this, and then I don't know, I need to copy another string and put it somewhere else. Okay, let's put it like this. I need to copy name of my library or name of my controller, and I need to base name of the library. For example, you need this when you are using plugin lib in ROS and you want to add this to your C++ code. Basically, what will happen here, I now want to paste this in my C++ code. So let's see, this should be, there is pass-through controller. And for example, I want to paste this here, and I don't remember what I did I copy it first? I don't remember. Cool thing is, doesn't actually matter, because clipboard is clipboard manager, and you can see here, I can basically go through it with shortcuts. I prefer for that Alt plus V or Alt Shift plus V going back. But the point is, you have storage of your clipboard. And actually here is cool because the clipboard is actually connected also to my system clipboard from the virtual machine. So you can even see the pictures that I recorded before, some settings I wanted to store from this recording session where I just did screenshot. And basically, you can then also choose a bunch of them. You can also send them using QR code, and there are different stuff. You can execute commands on them. I never use that, to be honest. but depends on your workflow. So extremely amazing thing. There is also a shortcut that you open it somewhere, you can search through it, and for me it's very important oftentimes, because then I can really just very fast, for example, paste my things. So I say this, and then I need my previous command, and then this, and then I have it paste. Okay, so amazing thing. To be honest, missing very much when people don't use that, and then I get intense and annoyed, because one thing I don't like is to being slow, and this is why I love the KDE and their tools. Another thing is, what is cool with Kate, you can also split your screen as much as you want. And it's very easy. I'm basically using keyboard shortcuts. They are Control-Shift-T, Control-Shift-K, depending which splitting you are using. You see this goes basically and definitely, which is a cool thing. I use this extremely often. But another applications where I use this very often is actually console. And you can just say terminal. It's actually console. There is one little thing I miss about console, and that is that you cannot automatically move splitted windows. You cannot move them using keyboard. This is the only thing I'm missing, but you can also always move it using mouse. As you see, you can also split them. Here we have, unfortunately, I would say unfortunately, different keyboard shortcuts. It's Control-Shift-8 and Control-Shift-9, or basically brackets, depending on your keyboard. This is actually a thing that I like to adjust. I like to use the same shortcuts on different software, different platforms, so I don't have to think less. And of course, here you can see I here already unintentionally zoomed in. You can very easily set it to 0. Let me just, I know that Control plus minus is it, and Control Shift 0 should be also. Don't ask me why it doesn't work. I'm not sure which actually keyboard I'm using here. Oh, it seems I'm using Croatian keyboard. So yeah, I don't know. But for sure, you can zoom in, zoom out. Very useful when you are using calls, debugging with colleagues, making your text bigger so they can read better when you are sharing your screen. And one interesting thing is here, you see I cannot actually move my screen. And why? And this is what KDE has also. You can configure special application settings. And what I did, I forced position and I forced size. Why I did that? Because this is actually made for the videos. So if I'm making videos for you in this virtual machine, then literally I have always console in the same place. So I don't have to think much. I know console is there and that's it. And the same thing you can do also whatever you are doing. But one also very useful thing is that I have set up on my computer, you can set up shortcut. If I say plus, for example, for me, let's put it also like here. This should be apply now, I think, I think it should be a force. I have Control-Shift-X, okay? When I apply this, and let's say now I have here multiple windows, I'm doing something in Kate. I just press Control-Shift-X. It tells you even here what is your shortcut, and it always zooms in my terminal. So yeah, I can also move through these terminals easily using shortcuts, okay? That's pressing too much stuff. So basically Control-Shift and arrows, you then end up in different terminals. You can, of course, have multiple tabs, switch between them using keyboard shortcut and so on. Basically typical thing, but there are small details that are much nicer, and it's very nicely integrates with everything else, which leads us actually to integration. That is, for example, your file manager. Did you ever wanted, I show you already, did you ever wanted to have terminal close to your file manager? I don't know, let's say you do something with documents. I don't have in this computer many documents, but let's say, let's go here in our workspace, I don't know, and something I want to filter out and so on. Of course, I can click here and do whatever and search and blah, too slow. But I know how to do this in terminal. Usually, I would then switch to there, go CD, blah, blah, blah. No, doesn't make sense. Just do F4, and immediately you get here your terminal in the folder that you are in. And it's very useful. You have then full terminal, full commands, and everything directly within your file browser. And also, when you are copying files that I'm kind of needing always, my actually standard setup has split things, because then I can have two folders at the same time. I can do with them what I want, and so on. And so you see what is cool when you cannot find your mouse. That I was actually searching yesterday in Windows. It was so annoying me. I couldn't find my mouse because it's big white screen, mice cursor is white. And I just try to shake it to make it big, because this is nice in KDE, automatically makes you big, so you cannot miss it. The more you shake it, the bigger it will be, which is actually a cool effect. So you have to be blind to miss your cursor. But this is amazing thing. So yeah, what else do we have? We have a bunch of other interesting things. So Dolphin, then the next software I really love is Compare. I'm not sure if I have it here installed. Yes, I have. I use it very often when I need to do diff of the files. Of course, I know how to do this in terminal, but in terminal it's much less readable, let's be honest. Here I can immediately check my files. I don't know, I will just open something, whatever. It seems something is missing, but I don't know. If I go in demos, let's go bring up launch. I'm not sure why it's not showing me the old files. Maybe I deleted something. I know, I will select folder, sorry. Yeah, you can also compare folders, which is actually quite cool. Yeah, let's do that. Let's compare folders. So I say here, example 2, bring up launch, open. It's like this, and then open. And then I want to do the same with example 3. So copy paste is one of your best friends anyway. And then we do compare, okay? And now we can see what is actually the difference between files. Okay, we have here example 3 is destination folder, source folder, and the cool thing is you can even apply this difference. I can apply it. If I save it, I have already applied saved. Very useful when you are merging stuff, rebasing things. I'm doing often those things very, very often, so very, very useful. Also, another thing regarding it, we should have here RTWVS. I think we should have here some workspaces. My first repos workspace. And then I can say BR dummy packages. There should be also Git. And there is also one tool that is called QGit. Let's make it bigger for you guys. So QGit is very good. So I never use it on this computer. Let's initialize it. QGit is actually very good to see the Git history, to see how the branches look like and so on. I mean, there are different tools. I don't like somehow the overview in VS Code. For me, is not so good, understandable. But maybe just that I'm used to it. I love QGit because I can here search fast for things in a big repository. So I can actually check what is happening, which commit here in the changes. And this is actually very, very, very convenient tool, which doesn't have anything to do with KDE. Basically, most of these tools you can anyway install on other desktop environments, but you will get a bunch of KDE libraries. QGit is not one of them. So everything what has K, it's usually QGit. Besides that, some of the very amazing things. For example, we always need a bunch of networks in robotics. I don't know for you guys how you are managing that. I have big storage of many network interfaces that I will not show you because there are many client data inside. Basically that I can connect on every client network when I'm there. When I come there, I can simply connect to it, and I want to have them stored. I have created here one example for the control box. So basically you can define different profiles. Yes, you can do this in Ubuntu kind of. but to be honest, it looks very, very bad in Ubuntu. And also some things are hard to understand. Here is much easier to understand. You have so many cool options, and I like it much more. So yeah, we can now, for example, just connect to another network which has fixed address, and here you can see the details already. Unfortunately, you see only one IP address, although we oftentimes have a lot of IP addresses and so on. So yeah, this is very good how to switch between networks very fast. That's one of the things that I'm using very, very often. Also, when you have wireless networks, you can search here wireless networks and so on. If you open settings, then you can here, of course, add, as you know from other things, you can always add your own network import configurations, whatever. So yeah, we will talk anyway about this networking thing in the future, because this is also very, very important for every pro roboticist. Then we have here different keyboard layouts. So I'm using my Croatian since I'm used to it, and I can write almost any language very fast on Croatian keyboard. Nevertheless, I have here also, and I don't know how to switch it right now on this computer, with shortcut. I have, for example, US, German, and Croatian. I can just click on them and adjust them. This is also very, very cool thing in KDE. KDE settings, you can set this up, keyboard layouts, basically. And what I like to use with this keyboard shortcut, so I can switch very fast. So if one of our German colleagues needs to go to my computer, do something, then I can just switch from my Croatian to German. Or we have also many colleagues that prefer American keyboard layouts, so they get US one. Devices, you know, all of that. I mean, here we have just one CD on this. This is more or less classical thing, but it's also, I find it more logical than Ubuntu One, to be honest. And one of the very cool thing is audio mixer, where you can see all your different outputs. You can change the profiles and everything on every output. You can even disable inputs and outputs and so on in the settings. So if you go here on the settings, here I can say, for example, that microphone is off, so it will not be shown even though, or everything is now off. I don't know how to fix that now. I think would be stereo duplex, because it's input output. And what is cool, you have here mixer, because usually you have multiple inputs, outputs. This, as I said, this is virtual machine, so we have only one. Usually you have different headphones, maybe Bluetooth devices. You can here switch Bluetooth profile, like the high quality sound or the headset and so on. And also you can do this per application. Here is nothing is playing, but you basically, if you have multiple tabs in Firefox, you can mute individual tabs directly from here. You don't have to search for the tab, which is for me very important, since I usually have hundreds of tabs open in parallel, as almost anyone, let's be honest. You can also raise maximum volume up to 150% for a certain amount of time. So this is also very useful. And yeah, so this is basically it. There are also other features here on this. I don't have battery. I have battery. You can manually block sleep and screen locking. For example, when you're having longer calls, I'm using that when I'm doing presentations with the clients, discussions, then I block my sleep on my computer, and then basically that's it. In the newer version, you get even much nicer icons here, so you see immediately what is happening. Calendar, very important thing for me. We have multinational team. I want to see when our holidays in different countries. So here seems to be our Egypt colleagues have some holiday because it's probably something Arabic. Then we have here German holiday. Here we have some Croatian day, whatever. So here you can see how many events you have with these colors. You can add different calendars. It's fully integrated. Also, I want to have time zones. We are working with people in different time zones. So anytime I want to know what the time there is, because although I'm able to calculate mostly, but there are few weeks in a year where it's everything kind of strangely shifted. So you just want to make sure that this works. And another thing that I'm using a lot, and I mean extremely a lot, is the workspaces. So I have basically for every project different workspace. So you see I shifted here, there is no terminal anymore, nothing else. So I have for different projects, different workspaces. I can run then different applications. I can share my applications on different workspaces, or actually called activities, sorry. So I can have here like show in all activities, or only one, or move to one of the activity, you know. And this is actually very, very useful. That's what I'm using a lot, because then I can switch context. So I can my special activity for YouTube video recordings. I can my activity for doing marketing activities. I can my activity for doing communication. I have my email programs and everything set up. So I can simply come into their state of mind. And for every project, I always create myself new activity for the client, where there is already Firefox set up for them with all the accesses and so on. So I'm working on something. I'm only working on that and nothing else. Everything else is basically blended out. You can also not record some logs on the activity. So there are also a bunch of good privacy things behind it. Yeah, so that would be it, I would say. This probably end up much longer than I wanted it to be, but it's actually very, very interesting, useful. Hey people, just when I started recording of the videos, I remembered that there is one other very, very cool thing about KDE. Hey people, let's check it out together. So you see here, this is basically my desktop now when I was recording the video. And what I want to show you, I have these two quite big screens, I would say, in my workspace and on my table. And the question is, how do you efficiently manage these windows? So you have a plugin. Basically, you can write your own scripts for the desktop environment, where you can set up different behaviors, for example, of tiling windows in certain ways. How do you prefer, and so on. So I can make them, sorry, it's the wrong hand that I'm having now with the camera. So I can have them basically on one, on another side. I have some predefined functionalities. So that's basically what I'm using very, very often, because on this big screen, you have to tile it properly with applications. So yeah, this is another very, very useful thing. I really like the KDE. I really feel how it makes me fast every day, just because of these small convenience tools. And let me know if you also can use all of those tools or similar tools in Ubuntu. Since I was not using Ubuntu extensively already for 5, 6, 8 years, something like that, I was always quite annoyed with it. And now I have set up a rule in the company, everybody is using KDE. It's a must. I know people are at the beginning a bit lost, but over time they start loving it. And this is also, of course, video for all of our new employees. So they see the tools I'm really using every single day. And those all tools that I show you makes me much, much faster and saves me a bunch of time, because there is one of the things I don't like when things take a long time, especially when they are simple, like, I don't know, clipboard management. I just want to have it and I want to use it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know in the comments below your opinion. What are your favorite tools? Which tools are you using? Which tools you think they are must to have for roboticists, because yeah, they are much broader. They are basically the full development, but extremely important for roboticists, because roboticists usually don't think how much actually time they lose on the simple development task. So let us know in the comments below. Stay in touch and see you next time. Bye.